Total Modcons.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Total Modcons Podcast. I am your host, Blunners, and I have with me Triangle Face.
Hello, I'm good. It looks like I thought we were going to go for some sort of old school intro then. We had a little bit of a medley of intros.
What happened is, as we clicked go live, I noticed that it had the members only intro from when we done the members video last time. I hadn't changed it back. So as I was then trying to click through to try and find the latest one, and I even found the old RGR one, and it's quickly come off that. So yeah, that is
well, also it's a good little plug for the members only videos. So
yeah, triple intro unlocked, and it is 0 days from another trouser accident.
Well, for me,
Ollie's let us know that he still can't make it. He's supposed to be off and said he'll be back next week. So fingers crossed he'll be back next week for TEP. So before we get started, I've done my usual. And where are you? What's your name again? I've just given a membership out. Nigel Craft, you have leveled up. So enjoy that membership. We have member only videos. So go over there and see it. Anything I release, members get it first. So yeah, go over to the membership area and enjoy that. So let's go through the chat and see who we have got tonight. We have... Is that Mike? Any quizzes tonight, lads? No, that is uncensored normally. That is not the Modcons area. Cage Thunder, evening. Toxo's in the house. Pete's here as well. Rob Taylor is in the house. Sheppy's here as well. Mr. Newland. Who else we got in there? Morley is in as well. I'll see you, Morley. And yes, just the two of us. This is a running theme on one of these podcasts at the minute. So, as always, we start like we do. Well, we start all of our shows. What are you playing? So, Tim, what are you playing?
So, we're going to talk about this a little bit later in the show because some of the news. But I'm still, well, I've kind of gotten to the end now of Expedition 33. So, I'm waiting to pull the trigger on Game Club because I know you're still playing it. So, say the word when you're ready. And we can do Game Club and have a dedicated stream to that because there's a lot to talk about in the game, a lot to unpack. So I'll do a dedicated stream on it to talk about it. But I am at the end game content. I've done the DLC. So I did the whole game. I then did New Game Plus and then got to the DLC they added after the Game Awards.
100 hours,
now, like over 100 hours now. I'm doing all like the ridiculous bosses. I'm level 99. I've got all the Pictos, got every Picto. I've got all of Monoko's moves collected. But the only thing I haven't done now is defeated some of like the really, really tough end game bosses. And yeah, I think I might have to rage quit now and move on to something else because I'm fighting Simon and fighting the duelists, the chromatic duelists in the Endless Tower. And it's just crazy. When it's the duelist turn, they have like 17 hit combos. They'll have like 4 turns.
Seriously.
And then I get like a go. It's like I've got to spend my turn like reviving people and trying to stay alive. And then it's their turn again. They get like 4 more goes. And yeah, just get absolutely destroyed. So Yeah, I thought maybe I'll go give Simon a go. It's just I've seen videos online of people beating Simon. I'm like, yeah, I could give it a go, and I'm pretty good at this. And he's just so hard. Like the combos are just crazy. So you have to learn those parries. But I did manage to defeat one of the boss characters, Clear, and I defeated like the evil version of SK that they've put in there. That's like a inverted colors SKA that does really crazy attacks as well. So I was quite chuffed I beat them, but it's got to point out how much more time do I want to spend practicing these bosses and then maybe move on to another game. So I have started playing a little bit of Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube because I never played that, and you and Ollie talk about that quite a bit, saying it's great and that's quite fun. I've got a few other games I'm dabbling in. I've just picked up Pico Collection 4 for Evercade. Got that for my birthday. I've been playing a bit of Street Racer first because I quite like Street Racer. I think at some point I'm going to try Glover. And one game I've started because I'm in that limbo now. So I'm going to probably dabble in a few games and then find that game that gets my attention now that I've finished Expedition 33 because it's such a long sort of full-on game that's been taking up all my time. And I now need to find something else that's going to fill that void. And I have tried High on Life.
Oh, yeah.
Which I've always kind of liked the look of. I think the second one's coming out soon. They've announced, and I thought, you know what, this looks like my kind of game, so I'll give it a try. I'm not very far into it so far. Like the style of it and the sense of humor of it, it's very sort of Rick and Morty because obviously it's got the voices of Rick and Morty in there, and it is brilliant. But I would say so far it's very simple. It's just like shoot stuff, and then like do a bit of dialogue, go fetch stuff, follow a waypoint, have some dialogue, shoot some more stuff. There's nothing too challenging yet in it, and they've not really expanded on like, you know, leveling up your character, getting new gear, or anything like that. It's very basic so far, but it's worth playing just for the bit at the beginning where you're playing like a game within a game. So at the start of the game, you're playing this old retro game, and then you kind of get interrupted, and then the real game is something else, and it was just you playing a game. And it's called like Buck Thunder 2, and the guy that's talking to you is your divorce attorney. And it's the voice of like Rick and Morty is like, "Oh, Buck, it's me, Phil. You're a divorce attorney. Your ex-wife's new boyfriend is an alien, and he's attacking. You've got this, Buck." He's like, "Oh, you just shoot him. It's okay to shoot them, Buck. It's fine." Then there's a bit where you go, there's a big gap, and he goes, "Use the double jump, Buck. You got to jump and then jump again. It's a double jump." And you jump, and then nothing happens. You fall in the pit. It's like, "There's no double jump, Buck. There's no, you just have to crouch."
After he told you to.
Yeah, and it's really funny. And there's a bit
What's
where
that called again?
It's called High on Life.
High on Life, yeah.
But it's the game at the start called Buck Thunder. I would play a whole game of that, to be honest. It's hilarious. And there's bits like, "Oh, this is your ex-wife's new boyfriend. It's an alien race, but it's a hive mind, and she's fucking all of them. Just shoot them all, Buck." And then next thing you know, you get interrupted, and then the actual game starts. But so that's really funny. But I'm undecided on whether this is going to be a great game to invest lots of time in, because it's got a good sense of humor. Like the gun talks, it's like the voice of like the guy that is Morty in Rick and Morty, and there's some funny bits where he's just like, obviously it's quite fourth wall breaking. It's like, "Oh, you just got to shoot them. Like, you know how to shoot a gun, don't choose the same button as it is in every game. If you played a game before, you know how to play this game. Come on, just shoot them already." And it's like, yeah, so it's quite funny.
I want to look that up.
Yeah, it was on PlayStation Plus like ages ago, so it's been sat in my library, and I already had it installed, so I was like, "Oh, I'll give this a go." But I think I am going to have to be careful playing it once like children are asleep. It's quite sweary. It's a lot of swearing in it. It's like, yeah, I can't exactly have my kids like walk in and I'm doing this like, "Oh, fuck's sake, Buck." Yeah, so I've got to be careful when I play that. So what about yourself? What have you been playing?
So, right, just before I start saying on about, yes, I have to do 2 streams for my YouTube homework. Because the vertical stream hits the shorts, so when people are flicking through, it will turn up on shorts. Apparently, YouTube have told me it's already in America, apparently, but not here. It's all interlinked in one, but in the UK, it's not yet. So yeah, so people who are watching and want to get involved in the comments, get over onto the old vertical layout, please, because yeah, that's where hopefully the more people are. The other one is there just because it's my YouTube homework. I have to do it because I'm doing YouTube stuff at the minute. Every Wednesday I have to sit in. Yeah, I'm having to sit in conversations and stuff. So yeah, so I released a video yesterday showing off of the new website. So I finally announced the website I've been working on in the background. Yeah, so it works on tablet phones and all that other good stuff. I've been doing a little monthly blog on there as well. So I've written some random stuff of what I've been playing, what I'm enjoying, just trying to get myself better at actually putting my words down. From being dyslexic, I find it really hard to be able to what I'm thinking up here when I start to write or type it doesn't come out how I'm thinking it. And the only way I can get better at that is to keep doing it. So yeah, I've been doing that. There is a blog on there. There's 2 on there from January and February. I spent all of January trying to work out how it worked, get the sections done. And yeah, I'm happy with how it's worked. And I managed to get actual total. It's www.totalvideogamers totalvideogamers.co.uk. So yeah, so it's I managed to get us a .co.uk website address. So yeah, if you type that in, it takes you straight to a website that I've been working on. Done a little video on it.
I think I'll have to try and start adding some stuff on there for my Game Boy development as well. And
yeah, so yeah, you can put your Game Boy development on there. I'm just trying to say, so when you type into Google, boom, website comes up. So yeah, where we are and what we're doing. So what I've been playing quite a lot of different stuff actually. I've been doing a lot of random indie videos as well, people have seen. So I'll start with the first one I've been playing is obviously like you, Tim, Claire School, but I'm nowhere near as far in as you. I play a couple of hours 2 nights a week once my kids are asleep, and I'm getting no interruptions. I'm not even sure how far through it I am. I'm just about between level 25 and 30. I'm 2 or 3 acts in. I think I'm 3 acts in. Really enjoying it. Like I was saying to you earlier, once you get used to like certain boss types, and yeah, I can see how it did win Game of the Year because it does really hook you in. The storyline's fantastic. But I'll go more into depth on that when we do our game club stream. So we need to get that going soon. So yeah, I'm just looking to the left because I've actually leaked. So I'll start with I played and bought Roadcraft GB. It's the Game Boy version of Roadcraft.
Oh, nice.
And I've spoken to the guy who made it as well, helped Badger Punch make it. Is that Sean McCafferty? Yeah, love it. Really, really. It keeps exactly the same. Like it's odd. It's like a D-Mate, but the music's still there. The gameplay's still there. I think Crazy Burger's obviously done his videos and stuff on it as well. So yeah, it's out there, and really, really enjoyed it. I've been playing that for quite a bit. Another one is Pipstrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo. These are games I would love to come over to Evercade. It's like an indie little cartoony looking pixel where you're like some sort of like mouse and his yo-yo. You use this yo-yo to pick stuff up, and you can use it to go across and hit targets and all kinds of stuff. It's really really enjoyable. It's all on the channel if you want to go through and look at that. Everything I play is on demos that you can go and download and play yourself. What did I play last night? I played a really random, inspired by GoldenEye 64, and that is Agent 64 Spies Never Die. I got invited for the play test on that, so I was live streaming that last night. Yeah, that is brilliant. Just think of GoldenEye, but with modern controls.
Yeah,
the characters look like GoldenEye. The only thing is, I need to take off. I need to go in the settings. I was just doing a quick play. It was auto locking, so I just had to move in their way, and then I just shot and it hit them. I didn't want, so I need to take that off. But the actual demo and like the gist of it is it's so good. It is literally like you're playing an old school GoldenEye from back in the day. Like the characters look the same, as in like, I mean, that weird little like round face, and they all got like fit like the pixely stick bodies. But yes, that was another one. And I've got a bit of news for everyone tonight. So 10 o'clock tonight, my video on Cathedral Crow's Curse demo, which has just dropped today. I played through the whole demo of the brand new Cathedral game, which has no release date yet. So I'm not sure when that's coming out, but I got alerted that the demo dropped. So I've played through all of that, recorded all that, and that will be dropping at 10 o'clock. So after our stream, hopefully keep an eye out for my next video, and it's all about the 3rd installment on Cathedral. I won't give too much away. All I know is that it's a prequel, so it gives you the first couple of levels, Metroidvania, pixel timing. Oh, it's so good. I was gonna say it's just more of the same.
That reminds me, the other game I'm playing was one that you got me, Grapple Dog.
Yes.
So start playing Grapple Dog. That's really fun, actually. It's
Good, isn't it?
it's everything you want from like that sort of style platformer. Like the controls in it are quite fun. It's got some really cool mechanics. Like even from the word go, it's like, oh yeah, I get what I'm supposed to do, and it's got some really fun platforming elements. So yeah, really enjoying that so far. I'm only a few levels in, but
I got you 2 as well,
yeah.
didn't I?
Yeah,
You
it got to be 1 and 2,
Yeah.
and then the other game, I can't remember the name of it now. When you go in and out of storybooks. I've not played that one yet. I start off with
that one. Yeah, that one.
That looks cool.
That is very good. That one's hasn't been out that long either. But Grapple Dog, loved it. That's another one I would love to see come to FK. I just think it's not in the right engine.
Yeah.
But
no, I don't know if it would be possible.
No, that would be fantastic.
If the gameplay style, if somebody could remake that in whatever engine it needs to be in to be portable, it would definitely fit, I think. So, I'm just going to shout out some stuff in the chat. It's been what we're playing. Mike said he's got. I know you got the chat on now.
Yeah.
What was I going to put on that? Red Dead Redemption 2 and Space Marine 2 on PS5. Space Marine 2 was on my little list of things I might try. Actually, what do you think? Let us know if it's worth a go. Because at the moment I mentioned I've got High on Life for trying, but Space Marines 2 was also an option. And do you know what? I've never actually played Red Dead Redemption 2. Well, that's a lie. I have played it a little bit, but I didn't get into it. So, but everyone raves about how good it is. So maybe I should
mate,
go back and try again.
Yeah, but I think you might not have that. That's kind of like your Claire Obscura. It takes over.
Is it? Yeah, it takes over.
Yeah,
life for a bit.
You want to just at the minute. I think you want to just enjoy the fact you can just jump in and out of cat games. I wouldn't jump into that one. Yeah,
I need a palate cleanser of Grapple Dog. That's my palate cleanser.
Yeah,
and I'll go into another big game. Timmy's Tanks is available on the BBC Micro website, so you can go on there whenever you like. It's on there, so maybe we could put a link to it on the website or something. And then Mr. Newland has been playing Aces of Thunder on PSVR 2. He has recommended that to me as well because he said it is very, very good. I've looked at a few videos of it and it does look pretty good. I've not really ever been that into flight sims, but I was never really that into racing games, and I absolutely love Gran Turismo 7 in VR. So VR changes everything. Like speaking of VR, VR has been our main topic on the Facebook group this week. So looking out for some good VR recommendations. So if you like Gears of War, you'll like Space Marine 2. Sold. Yeah, I do
Sold.
I do like Gears of War. I recently played like the remake, and it holds up. It's great. And then we've also got Pickle Pete and Knights versus the Giant Broken Excalibur. That deserves to be played based on the title alone. That is a mouthful.
Pete and Knights.
Yeah.
I might search that in a sec.
Yeah, and I do. Do you know? I do remember Granny's Garden.
I remember Granny's Garden.
Yeah, was that on BBC Micro?
Yeah,
I think that might be on that website as well. So if you go on the BBC Micro website, obviously Tanks is a good one to try, and the other one is I think it's called Cybertron Mission or Cybertronian Mission. That's one of the earliest games I played, and it's like you go around a maze and you can't touch the walls, you will die. And there's these little enemies, and if you spend too long in the level, this ghost comes along and kills you, and that's great fun. So cool. Yeah, Granny's Garden give me PTSD. So, so good to know what you guys are playing as well.
So I'm just loving the fact. Oh, and I've just got my latest debug issue, and the thing I love about debug is the fact that you can, like, unlike getting Retro Gamer magazine or anything like that, with debug you can read about a game, scan the QR code, and if there's a demo or anything, you can then play it. Instantly,
that's
and
awesome.
that's what I love doing about it. That's how I mainly got into indies, like from the start of the year. Is one, I was pissed off that Evercade, I said, come out and said they're not going to be doing it as much. So I was like, well, fuck you then, I'll go somewhere else. And then two, like the magazine's brilliant that you can just read your mag, scan it, and look, now I'm playing the game I just read about. If I read something, not interested, I won't bother. So yeah, some great things on there. Right, so let's get on to some news. There's been loads of news like since we've last spoken. We've got loads of things to talk about. Let's start it with this one. There was a Nintendo Partner Direct. So this is all the showcase games that should be coming to the Nintendo system. There was also a Direct on their Miitopia game or whatever it is, which I'm not really too interested in. It's kind of like Tamagotchi, I think. But the Partner Direct shows you what games are coming. which aren't official Nintendo. Because other than official Nintendo, which I've just been seeing some of the scores coming in for the new Mario Tennis game, and a lot of them are nines, like 8, 9. So it must be another solid entry, but it's not one I'm picking up, which normally I get every single like Nintendo like first party game because they don't drop in price. They always stay at that ridiculous price. But the problem is there's a few of these coming out. Mario Galaxy ones coming, and also I can't believe I've got this coming, and the money's actually come out of my account, so it must be soon. Virtual Boy. I've got the Virtual Boy stand thing coming as well. So I haven't been able to afford to get it. And also what's really annoyed me, which I've just seen, they're bringing out, do you like kids wooden blocks, like proper solid wooden blocks, like they used to pull out of a puzzle and then you have to like find it, push it in. Nintendo have released, it's only in Japan at the minute, but they are coming over here. They're bringing out solid wooden block called My Mario, My Luigi. There's going to be a Luigi, Princess Peach, and Toad, and they're big wooden blocks that like toddlers would have, but they're amiibos.
Right.
But they're amiibos. They have got an NCC chip in them as well. So I was like, for God's sake! And there's this group I've got, an actual guy imported his in from Japan. I was like, look, I'm not that nuts. Oh, if it comes out here, I'll get it. If not, I won't. There was also Monster Hunter 3 ones, and also there, which I've had to just pre-order. And there's also the Resident Evil ones that have just been shown, which look unbelievable. Oh, so yeah, you too. So yeah, I've actually got the original Virtual Boy as well. So it'd be really interesting to see what it looks like. And how
I did do a little run of like loads of virtual games on the Oculus Quest 2. So I had like a side loader and you could play Virtual Boy on it. And it actually worked really well on the Quest 2. And then when I went to go play it one day and there's like a warning message saying you're not supposed to have the software on here. Basically take it off, we're going to break your Quest. I'm like, sorry. It's like ticket. I was like, no, not going to do that, get in trouble. I didn't think anyone cared about playing 30 games, but
so what they're doing is they're bringing out the app which you download, and then you can change all the colors and stuff, so you can change it so it's not just red and black, you can change it to different palettes. They've got some games that never got released coming, because there's only about 49 games in total for the actual Virtual Boy. There
wasn't a lot.
I've got a couple. I've got like Bomberman, and I've got Mario Tennis, and I've got the Mario Brothers one. I wanted the boxing one I got as well. But there's a great pinball game on there. So yeah, I'm really I like my story with the Virtual Boy is mental. We'll get onto the showcase in the direct in a minute. But so I always wanted a Virtual Boy for years because I've never seen it. Never heard of it like until later on in life. Couldn't get one anywhere. And my brother moved out to America. So boom, right, here we go. Go out looking on American, used his logins on eBay America, bought one, got sent to him. He was a student at the time and he was like, went to post it to me and they wanted like crazy money for it. And he was like, he goes, Ollie, look, I've had a quick go on it. I am not spending like $75, whatever it was, to get it posted over to you in the UK. You'll just have to wait until either I come out there or mum or one of the family come out there. Yeah. My mum goes out there, forgets to bring it back. My older brother goes out there, forgets to bring it back. And then randomly out of nowhere, bearing in mind, he's now had it for 2 years and he's moved twice as well. So he's had to carry around my Virtual Boy with all my games, which I haven't played, by the way. I just randomly get a message. Oh yeah, my mate Ian's just left, and he's just coming home. He's home tomorrow. He's got your Virtual Boy. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. He's like, yeah, he had space, so I gave it to him. I was like, oh my god. So it took 2 years to get back to me after I bought it, and then when I played it, I was so disappointed. I knew I knew it'd be bad, but it was awkward. It hurt your neck. So it took me like that long to actually play it. So that's just such a random story that I actually bought the whole thing and couldn't play it for 2 years. But so here's the direct. These are the games that are announced at direct. Indiana Jones is coming over to Switch 2. You got Elder Scrolls. You got Fallout. You got the Resident Evils all announced. Turok Origins, Cool Borders, Console Archive stuff. You've got Kickoff, which is like Pro Evo makers.
Mm-hmm.
What else on there? You've got Goat Simulator 3, the Bomberman stuff that actually came out the same day.
Yep.
With,
That was pretty good. Do you like Bomberman?
Yeah, that Renamel is made by THQ, and it's like a indie game, and it looks amazing. I didn't realize that was on there. Monster Hunter as well, the newer one. So yeah, the Final Fantasy as well you've got up there.
Mm-hmm.
So looking at them, Tim, is there anything that instantly catches your eye?
It's interesting because actually in the past I've always kind of considered like, oh, if I can get third-party games on other platforms, I'm better off getting on Xbox or PlayStation. Now we're in Switch 2, and Switch 2 is that bit more powerful, and it's got the bonus of being a handheld and being able to dock it. It kind of opens this up a bit more now. Not that I've got a Switch 2, but as this library increases, I'm thinking, would I want to get it on any of these platforms? And they have got some good titles there. Like a lot of those games I've played, a lot of them are very good. Oblivion stands out to me. I think that's a great game to be able to play on the go because you kind of just get a bit lost in that. Having Resident Evil, I'm quite intrigued by the Cool Borders. Was it called Console Archives?
Yeah, so it's basically a remake. It's like they've like remade it kind of thing. If you know what I mean. Yeah. It's not like it's no different to what you already play. It's just like the PlayStation one, but
okay.
Archive
Switch too. And then you've got that Pragmata. It? When we saw the trailer for that, that stood out to me as a game that I'm going to be really interested in. So interesting to see it come to Switch 2 as well. But I think the main ones for me are probably the Bomberman collection, actually. We talked a lot about Bomberman possibly coming to Evercade as a wish list item. And there is that collection. It's also available on Steam, isn't it? So I'm tempted to pick it up just because I don't think you can ever get bored of Bomberman. You can always come back to it. It's one of those games that always lives on. You're always going to revisit Bomberman at some point. So, good selection there. What's the main ones for you on there?
Yeah, so well, for me, Indiana Jones is fantastic. Really, really enjoyed it, but I just don't think it'll play very well on Switch 2. The Resident Evil games I don't think are going to play great. If you're going to play them, you need to play them elsewhere. It's great that the Switch has got them, but I just don't think you're going to get much. Pragmata, yes, I will have to get that because there's also an amiibo coming for it as well, which is really annoying. So I'll probably more than likely get it on there just so I can use the functionality for it. Renamel, so Renamel, it looks so good. It's like how do I explain it? I've done an indies thing video where I play the trailer for it, so people check it out. It looks great. Yes, Bomberman's another thing I want to look at. Scott Pilgrim I like to look at as well. Shadow Tactics is okay. Torak, it's good to see more Torak going on. But yeah, the main one for me that yes, they've got Resident Evil, and the fact that I'll be interested. I think all I get if I get it on here, because I'll have the amiibo, is I just get character skins for my guns, which I'm not too fussed about, to be honest. So yeah, yes, I'm glad it's all coming over the Switch. It'll be interesting, like you said, like you can play on the go, because that's a massive thing once you've got kids and that take up the TV all the time. You can then play in gaps in between the gaps you get. So yeah, so not bad. Not amazing, but it wasn't like too bad. They do really, really need an official, like, proper Nintendo one, because I need to see what's coming. I need to see what's in the lineup this year, because there's not really much been announced official Nintendo wise to what's coming. So I don't know whether we're gonna have to wait until June.
I think the only thing that I think would really make me drop the money to get a Switch 2 would be like a 3D Mario, like big release, like a Odyssey 2 or a Galaxy 3 or like a new 3D Mario. So let's see what we get.
But that's the thing, when you look
Super Smash Brothers, a good.
When you look back,
do a new Super Smash, yeah.
When I do look back, there is some fantastic games on that came out. Like the Donkey Kong is so good. The new Mario Kart's really, really good as well. Do you know what I mean? There is they have actually brought some good stuff, really good stuff out. It's just they haven't announced anything from like what else is coming. Do you know what I mean? It's just really odd. There just doesn't seem to be anything. I don't know what they're holding back. Is it because they're trying to get the Mario movie stuff out the way first? So yeah, I'm glad all the Elder Scrolls stuff's on it, but I've played all them to death. Obviously Fallout being on there because of the TV show, which is really, really good season 2 as well. I've had to wait. I'll be talking about that soon because I've waited for them all to drop, and now I'm just hitting them all in one hit.
I've not started season 2 yet.
I watched like the first. Got up to about 4 or 5, and I just thought, I can't be bothered to keep coming out every week. Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'll just wait until it's all out and just hammer it all. But yeah, really good that they got some stuff out. And like you said here, could we be getting Elder Scrolls on Evercade? That would be fantastic.
Yeah, some of the earlier ones. You never know. Never say never, as they say.
Oh yeah, never say never. So, as Dave Newland has put in the chat, PlayStation has announced there's a new hour-long state of play coming later this week, February the 12th. And if you are in the UK, it is at 10 p.m. So you've got plenty of time to be able to make sure that kids are asleep or whatever, so you can watch it. They haven't actually announced anything for it, so I've just quickly got it up here. So it is Thursday, the 12th of February, 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time, 10 p.m. UK time, Greenwich Mean Time. Sony says the presentation last one is 60 minutes and will feature news, gameplay, updates, and announcements from the game studios across the globe. According to the publisher, the showcase will focus on a large range of titles, including, in brackets, eye-catching third-party and indie games headed to PS5, along with the latest from teams at PlayStation Studios. So to me, hopefully that means we're getting some more Wolverine stuff, because Wolverine, like I mentioned, is one of my games I'm really looking forward to this year.
Yeah, same.
But when you look at it, the last one they had was in November, and it was more Japanese focused, wasn't it, with Dragon Quest VII, Fatal Frame 2, Octopath Traveler 0, and that Marvel fighting game, which they gave like 20 minutes to, didn't they?
Yeah, they gave like a dedicated, felt like an hour. Just talked about that game solidly for the end of the show.
Which is a bit weird. Yeah. But with stuff, I said Sony's first party state at the minute is MLB The Show, which is their baseball game in it. Obviously Wolverine, that Marvel fighting game. So yeah, there isn't really much, but third party stuff, Pragmata, Monster Hunter Stories, WWE 2K26, and I've been seeing some pictures of that, and it looks unbelievable.
The last couple just look crazy.
You got Forza Horizon 6 has obviously been announced that's coming to PlayStation. Fatal Frame 2 remake, Life is Strange, obviously Grand Theft Auto 6 and Phantom Blade 0. So yeah, state of play. Is there anything you think or hope or wish to see, Tim?
I mean, obviously you mentioned Grand Theft Auto 6. I think it's become a running joke now, hasn't it? Like what we've had before we've had GTA 6. And there's some weird stuff coming out now. I've seen people saying like the size of the game is going to be over 250 gig. So if you've got a 250 gig hard storage space, you need to upgrade your storage space to fit the game on. I don't know if that's true. It sounds like it might not, like they might be able to fix that, but that sounds crazy if it's true. Obviously, I don't know if they're going to get anything about the next installment of the Final Fantasy remake trilogy or anything like that being announced. Again, simply, I just want to hear more about Wolverine and see some more footage of that. But will we get any more PSVR 2? Because I feel like the PSVR 2 library is quite limited. One thing I didn't realize until I got my VR 2 was that the VR 1 library only works on VR 1, so you can play out the PS5.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
You can use it, but you have to use the original PSVR headset and camera to play them with the Move controllers. You can't use the VR 2 kit to play VR 1 games. I was like, that's
weird.
It's not backwards compatible. A couple of games had like free updates. So, for example, I had Beat Sabers, and I've now got the upgraded VR 2 version of Beat Sabers was free to upgrade it. So there's a couple of things like that. But I've only really got Resident Evil Village, Gran Turismo 7, and I've got a game called like Smokin' Song or something. I can't remember what it's called now. But that's it. I mean to pick up the Alien Rogue Incursion, I think it's called, game. But I'd like more. I'd like to see some other VR games come out for PSVR 2. So I'll be keeping everything crossed. Well, sometimes they do a separate VR showcase, don't they? So maybe they'll do, Yeah, most PS1 only had a PSV remaster, but cost. Yeah, that was a bit of a shame. So, yeah, some of the games already had. It's like you can get it on VR2, but just you have to pay for it again.
Which is mad.
Like,
which would be interesting to see how many games have they got in the library for the VR2 if you can't use any of the PS1, the VR ones.
And things would be good if they started putting some VR2 games in like the Essentials tier of PlayStation Plus. I mean, I would probably upgrade my PlayStation subscription to higher if there's more VR games available within that tier, but there isn't really. I've had a look, there's not a huge amount on there, so yeah, just going to buy them one at a time.
I just hope we get more. I hope we get more Wolverine. I'm really, really looking forward to that game. I know you're going to get some because Fable. I think Fable's dropping same day and date on there as well. I think Forza is dropping a couple of months later. Which is mad because I'll still have to get both of them on the Xbox because I've only played them on there. I've only played that on there, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see what else they've got coming if they've got anything in the rough because they then start showing you like their speakers and their headsets and all that kind of stuff. But we want to see what their studios are up to because be interesting to really see what's coming because 19th of May, Forza, which isn't too far along. It isn't too far away. So, and obviously that new Avatar game with the updates been getting a lot of stuff. What does I say? Most of the way PSVR 2 and fingers crossed for Resident Evil 9. Yeah, Hitman may get multiplayer. Yeah.
If Resident Evil 9's on VR 2, that'd be a day one purchase for me, definitely.
Oh, okay. 350 to 400. There's plenty of games then.
I mean, that sounds like a lot, doesn't it? Really, I'm there going, "Oh, there's not many games."
Yeah, what are you crying about, Tim?
I haven't been buying them. So my personal library is very small, the VR 2, but clearly there's a lot on there. So I should just go and buy some games. Clearly.
Yes, and there is a new Warcraft coming out. Will they bring that over? I think that's what Xbox should have got into if they really wanted, if they're really serious about selling actual consoles, is keeping all their IPs and then bringing Warcraft straight over because obviously Blizzard and trying to get that over just on their own systems. But yeah, that's a completely different topic. So PlayStation this Thursday, I'll be there. I'll be probably putting messages into the group as well just to see what people think.
Yeah.
And yeah, it does look like Sony have done a PS Vita with a PS VR 2, which, like you say, Tim, and like everyone who's got one says how good they are. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
It was a lot of pennies to drop, wasn't it? It was about pretty much the same price as a PS5, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't cheap, but I mean, I can't deny the quality of it though, because honestly, one of the best things I own is playing PSVR 2 with the wheel and the pedal and playing Gran Turismo 7. It's so good. You just can't beat that. And it's one of those things I'll always come back to that. So I talk about my palate cleanse in between games. Like I'll play Gran Turismo 7 intermittently between everything else. I don't think I'm ever going to tire of that because it's such a huge game.
The thing is, which this would be if there was like a dream, like for me, it would be able to play a Mario style platformer, but in VR. Because like when you play like there's so many games I played on, like even was it Moss as well? Even like
Moss was
that.
good, yeah. I liked Moss,
I'm just saying, but could you imagine like an Astrobot when the first time you see that and you're looking down and you can see everything? But could you imagine that? But being Mario, it would be unbelievable. Because that's where it just takes it to the next level for me. Super Lucky's Tale as well. I loved it playing that in my Quest. I said I've got a Quest 3S, but I don't get a look in because my son
don't get on it.
My son has it on lock. I can't get onto it. So much so he stick drifted both analog sticks, and I had to YouTube it. And obviously we've got a video of me changing out the analogs and putting new analogs in because he had ruined them.
I'm gonna have to get you to fix my stick drift on my Switch, Blanners.
Yeah,
see you next. I'll bring my Switch with me to Bristol VGE, and you can have a little crack at my.
I think I've got a spare stick somewhere. Yeah, it doesn't take long. So right, go on to the next one. We have this dropped here. It is Claroscuro developers Knighthood have been getting a knighthood in France, which is mental. It says video games have reached a new level of recognition. I have a picture here of them. I believe the whole team has been knighted.
Yeah, so I think it was recognition for sort of cultural significance. yeah, I think as a game, I think it has brought some, positive cultural attention to France, hasn't it? Because everyone's like, oh, and it's a French game. It's just been a talking point, isn't it? Because we don't see a lot of like big games like that coming from a France, sort of French studio. We always talk about JRPGs. Are FRPGs going to be, the next big thing? Are we going to see French more bangers from France? Because they knocked out the park with this one. But it's quite funny actually in terms of cultural stuff in there. There's quite a few little cultural references in there where it feels very French. I mean, like there's like every now and then they swear in French. Like one of the enemies in it is a mime, and they do like the mime thing like that. Creates a wall. It's like that's very French. So it's I think it's great. I think good for them. They've had all that recognition.
So I'll just read you something off the article here. It says, speaking at a ceremony on Friday, French Minister of Culture said the 28 members of Sandful have been awarded because of the Ministry of Culture wished to distinguish today that was not individual journey, but the brilliant success of a collective, by its scale, by its impact, by the support of the public as well as the critics. For your work, Clarosco Expedition 33 has established itself as a major moment in the history of French video games. That is, do you know what I mean? That's a big thing to get. And obviously it won all them awards. And you said it puts France on the map. Yeah. And I said, I'm still playing it now, and I can see why it's because it hooks you in. You get in if you're like if you love that kind of gameplay mechanic with like the parry and then the turn-based, you can get absolutely sucked in, and the story around it's really good as well. And stuff happens that you aren't expecting. Like I wasn't expecting certain thing happen, and I was like, oh, okay, this is a bit. I did not see that one coming. Like, like when you think, I thought it was like just a dream. I didn't realize because like she dreamed certain bits beforehand. I wasn't expecting that to actually happen in the game, and it did. So France has given 28 of the developers a knighthood. That's mad, isn't it? When you think about it, you get a knighthood for making a video game.
Yeah.
So next one, I'll go on to this one first. Is UK retailer Game is closing its remaining standalone stores after it's entering administration again. So Tim, what are your thoughts on Game?
It's a real shame because I always loved Game, and like Electronic Boutique and GameStop and all those stores. It was always great to go in and buy stuff. But part of the problem, because I've not been using it, I don't go in and buy games from Game. I don't pre-order consoles in Game and go pick them up. I order stuff online. Game for me now is like an impulse buy. If you're already in town, you step in and have a look around. There's not a lot of games in there. It's like they're hidden at the back of Sports Direct. And in there, it'll be like Legos, T-shirts, and like mugs with Sonic the Hedgehog on, stuff like that. It's not what it used to be, but I think that is the slow death of like the physical stores. Like a lot of the shops that were massive in the 90s that you'd never thought would have gone, all sort of started falling to Amazon. And it is a shame because I do really like going into a game store and seeing it, but it's only the standalone ones, right? So they are going to still be in Sports Direct. They're still going to be online. I do hope they kind of bounce back from it and games keep going. Because there's always something nice about getting into Game. And the other thing I found as well, I don't know if you've had an experience with this, when it was standalone game stores, if you go in, all the staff there are gamers and know about games, and you can spark up a conversation with them. If you're buying something, pretty much guaranteed they've played it and they'll tell you what they think of the game while you're buying it. It's like, oh yeah, this is really good. I've got this far in it. You're going to like this and so on. And it felt like you're actually like having a good sort of interaction with the staff. Whereas now if you go to Sports Direct, I got in and asked a question and they just looked at me like I was talking another language. They had no idea what I was on about. And I was asking after some accessory for a console for my VR thing. I was like, oh, do you have these adapters? They're like, they had to go get someone else, and then the other person didn't know what I was talking about either. I was like, this wouldn't have happened in a standalone game store where they know what they're doing. It feels like it's going out with a whimper, not a bang. But love to know what the chat think of it all as well. Like, can we save games? Is there anything we can do to keep them going?
I'll just put a poll in there and put, do you actually use Game? And to be fair, I haven't used it in so long because I just found the prices were just nuts. It's like so far off. They're always like £10-15 more than what you could pay anywhere else. And it was like, it's such a shame because I remember that's where I got my 360 from in the end after being stitched up. It's where I got my Wii from in the end after Blockbuster stitched me up. It's such a shame. Yeah, they did used to have some great offers, didn't they? Like the 3 for 15s, and that's what I used to look at. And then there were so many standalone stores. There was one in the centre of Eastleigh, wasn't there, where we're from? There was 2 in Southampton. Was there 3 at one point when there was one upstairs in Debenhams? And they had one inside and one inside West Quay and one outside, didn't they? Somewhere down the road.
I actually don't know who owns Game. We've got a comment there from Mike, which I won't repeat.
Who owns Game? Yeah, I don't know if it's
Blood as well.
It says the people who own House of Fraser. I think I don't know if it's Mike Ashley, which would explain why he's saying he's a twat because he is. UK retailer Game is closing its last remaining standalone stores after entering. So it's saying it now operate entirely within Sports Direct and House of Fraser. I didn't know it was in House of Fraser because I haven't been in one or seen one of them in a while. And it just says their long-time MD Nick Aran is also leaving the company after 9 years with the retailer. It said last week the historic British video game store filed a notice of intention to appoint administrators, putting creditors on alert for the second time in over a decade. So the last time it actually done this was 2019, I think it said.
Yeah, there was a time when they closed a bunch of stores and they had like really good sales on as well. So I don't know if they'll do the same again. Now's a good time to go down to any standalone games that still are there and stock up, because I can remember going in and buying like about 12 different games for like 50p and £1 and stuff. I got a huge stack of games because they were doing like their.
But there was a point, wasn't there, when we had some absolutely fantastic games. Like we had Game Station, Game. Do you know what I mean? You had like loads of different looking future zones ones put on there. You had loads of places that sold games, and now it seems the only place I can really go in is CEX or Cash Converters because I'm looking.
They have like game sections and other shops. Don't like you can go in somewhere like Asda and they'll have quite a big game selection, and it'll normally be like this the most recent stuff. Like if anything's just come out, they'll normally have like a big stand at the front of Asda with like the latest game that's just been launched that week.
Well, you say that's mental because that's where I ended up getting my Switch from in the end. My Switch 2, sorry. So it was like that night. They're just literally all they had was, as you walked in, a little like cardboard stand up, which they've obviously been given by Nintendo, just saying, "Oh look, here's our Switch 2s will be here," and you had to grab one of them and wait. And I remember I was in a queue, and that was the last time I was at midnight release. Was getting my Switch 2. I went down at 11:30, and there was 2 people in front of me. So then by the time it got to midnight, there was about 7 of us. There was about 7 of us in the end.
I was tempted. I was talking to you. I think you messaged me saying, "I'm going to head down Asda now." Like go look something got on here. It's like, oh, that's a good idea. Should I go down to it? I didn't buy the bullet. I've not got one yet, but yeah.
No. And I must admit, playing the original, it's so much bigger, and you think, wow, okay, it is. They have definitely upgraded on certain things, but yeah, UK retailer Game is closing its main in stores, which is really sad. But like you said, we always kind of knew this was coming.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about the Switch. They've officially announced, Nintendo have announced it's its best-selling console ever, overtaking the DS. So it was, Nintendo has now come out and said it's sold more than 155 million units. So in its financial results from the 9 months that ended December the 31st, 2025, it said it sold an extra 1.36 million units of the original Switch console, bringing the total number to 155.37 million units has sold. It's overtaken the DS, which was at 154.02 million. Nintendo expects to sell another 750,000 this up until April the 1st, it reckons, but it's still going to drop short of that PlayStation 2, which is 160 million units. So the Switch launched in 2017, and it was the first hybrid console combining, obviously, being able to go on the go and on your big TV. And obviously they struggled to get them out during COVID-19 because they were trying to make them, which would have been probably their best time to get them sold. Some of the game titles to date, 1.5 billion Nintendo Switch video games have been sold. That is mental. 1.5 billion Nintendo Switch video games have been sold. First party titles. Switch One's best selling games are the 70 million selling Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Sold 70 million. Animal Crossing New Horizons is 49 million. And Super Mario Bros. Ultimate 37 million. I think you'll find all of them get packed in with the console itself.
Yeah, often,
And it said Pokemon Legends ZA, which was also released on Switch 2, recorded sales of 8.41 million units on the original Switch, though Nintendo notes this figure includes digital sales of the Switch 2 edition. It also says Super Mario Galaxy 2, released in October, sold 2.42 million units, and Mario Galaxy sold 2.28 million because they released them separately on the digital store. So it has said some great. And it says here Nintendo Switch 2 the momentum has continued, and the company reporting that the actual console itself has sold 17.37 million units in its first 7 months of sale. So in 7 months, it sold 17. It's already overtaken. It's nearly. Has it overtaken the N64? No, that was 32. So I think it's already overtaken the Virtual Boy up with the GameCube. Do you know what I mean? It's already within 7 months.
Thing as well with going back to the original Switch sales, it's the kind of console where you do know people that have got multiple Switches in their house. Do you know what I mean? If you get a console on your screen, you just buy the one. You're not going to buy 2 PS5s or something. But it's not uncommon to have more than one Switch in the house because you've got a Switch, maybe one of your kids has got a Switch, you've got multiple kids, maybe they've all got Switches, and it covers such a good range of gamer skill levels. Do you know what I mean? Kids can play on the Switch. 5, you don't need 5.
Yeah, you might have 5 kids.
That's just greedy. No, you should have 4 or no more than 4. 5 is just too much. You might have 10 Switches. But that's why I think it's done so well in sales numbers. Because what the other one was the DS, and again it's a handheld, and you might have multiple kids in the house that will have a DS, and you might have a DS. I wonder.
But I think that also includes
the price point it's on though.
The Switch I had at one point. I did have 3. We had the Lite, the OLED, and the normal one. I've got 2 kids, and they all had one each. And my daughter had the Lite because that's more robust.
Yeah. Did you do the thing where you had a Switch and then you bought yourself a better Switch and then gave the old one to
that's basically what I've done. That's what I've done here. So my daughter's
got
my
a new console. You can have the old one. Yeah.
Yeah. So my daughter's got my OLED Switch, and I've got the Switch 2. So that's how we're running at the minute. So I still have them all at the minute. So and obviously there's been a lot of pack-in games as well, and they've also included the Lite, the OLED, and the original all in this as well. So you've got pretty much 3 ones all using the Switch banner. So like I said here, Splatoon 3, Zelda editions, Mario Red. Yeah, I remember that. Animal Crossing one. I think there was a Resident Evil one as well. Or there's a Resident Evil 9 controller coming out, which I like the look of. But that's one thing. I always find it a bit skew with, whereas the PS2, I think that also is the slim version, and then the super slim was it they brought out. So I love I got the slim version in the end because my other one ended up the lens went on it because I'd had it so long. But 160 million units, that's going to take some beating. If anyone was going to do it, I thought the Switch might have done it, and the fact it's about 4.5 million short, and they reckon with what they sell next, it could still be 3.5 million short. So it's that close. It's in touching distance. I just don't think it's going to do it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe COVID. But maybe it's because of COVID. Mate.
Yeah.
If COVID wasn't there, then maybe they would have been over that 160 mark. But be really interesting to see. The Switch is now officially Nintendo's best-selling console because they've had some stinkers, haven't they? The Wii U, absolute horrendous. Bad
sales. The Wii U. I stand by the Wii U is a good console.
Oh no, I love all Nintendo consoles. Yeah. But I just can't believe it sold so poorly. The GameCube.
People didn't know what it was. People were like, "Oh, is it a new controller?" So, no, it's a whole new console. It's tell people what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, 12 million Wii U. So you think 12 million. So in 7 months, the Switch 2's already overtaken it. It's mental. It's such a shame because like there's some great like you said, GameCube's fantastic. The N64 didn't really sell that well either, and that's a great console. It's just really odd. And the fact that they needed this after the Wii U, they needed a console that was going to get them back on track, and the Switch managed to do that. Thank God, because hopefully, like we were saying, with them the DS going, they've now have all their stuff on the one console, don't they? Yeah, I love my Wii U. I said I'll never forget the first time being able to. But the only weirdest thing is when you're trying to look at the two screens, like playing what was the game? Was it Star Fox game? When you're there like this, like trying to look at that. But then you look, it's the mechanics of a Switch. You're on the dock and on your hand.
My favorite Wii U game is Zombie U.
Yeah, Zombie U is brilliant.
The multiplayer on that was great because one player was doing a first-person game fighting zombies, and the second player was like the zombie master who was like playing like a tower defense style game with the touchpad on the screen, like spawning the zombies next to the towers and upgrading them and things like that. It's like, but the two people playing a completely different game, completely different experience, but it was then interacting. And then when you finished around, it's like, do you want to stay in your roles or swap over? And you could like swap the controllers around and then play the other side. And I used to love playing that tower, like spawning the zombies. And while you're playing, your mate's just like playing in the same room as you at the TV. You're looking there and you hear them going, no, what? And you can see their avatar like moving around the tablet, being chased by the zombies spawning there.
But I was saying, there's a thing that Nintendo do. They seem to like they're still trying to bring stuff over from like old consoles. Like you look, there was some absolute amazing games on there, Tropical Freeze, Mario Kart 8, and they ended up pulling them all over onto Switch, and they've sold loads. But I think what they're finding at the minute is they're still trying to do that same stuff with the likes onto the Switch too. So like they're bringing out Kirby Forgotten Land, but they're just making it a bit HD, putting something silly in it, and then trying to charge you full price for it. I think they're finding that's Mario Party, the new latest one. They're trying to bring that over to the Switch too, and you'll get this new white little area, and that's it. And they're then trying to charge full price for it. And I think they're finding that none of them are selling well, because where the Nintendo Switch sold so well, it meant that they could port over these games instantly, and they were good. They were successes because they were ready to go games, and they're trying to do that again now on the Switch too, and it ain't working. And then people think, because you think if you've got Nintendo Premium, like the Switch Online, you can get the two Zeldas and you get the HD versions of them, and yes, they do look really good, and you get the two HD versions of the game come over instantly. I just find it a bit odd that they're trying to then bring the games which have already been out and sold quite well over on the Switch. They're still trying to pull them over to the Switch 2 and call them Switch 2 versions, and they've made them HD. And it's like, well, that should be free as well. You shouldn't be trying to charge you full price. So hopefully that doesn't work, and they end up going back and just giving you it for free, because I've just done it on Animal Crossing, like I've got here. They've just done the same with that as well. They're releasing a Nintendo Switch 2 pack thing, and I'm like, not even bothered going to look at it. And it's like, you should be doing that. So yeah, really, really interesting. But yeah, Nintendo does have a solid gaming history, doesn't it, with all of their consoles. Right. Yeah, I got two more things before we finish real quick. So this one I caught me by surprise. Sony's patented a touchscreen PlayStation controller that lets players choose where to put the buttons. So for me, the pinnacle of all the controllers, out of all the ones that are out there, the PlayStation 5 controller is by far the best.
Yeah. It's a very nice controller.
It pisses all over it. So the fact that they've patented this, I just think is so mad. So I'll just show you some videos, pictures I got. So there's this one here. Sony's just patented a new controller with no physical buttons. Like what? We just touch.
You see, you're supposed to be able to move them. So is the idea you're supposed to be able to customize it and move stuff around? But surely,
you can move it to where you want.
The design of the controller has not changed over each. Like the PlayStation controller has like evolved slightly, but the fundamental locations of stuff has not changed. I don't know anyone that wants that. Anyone's like, I really wish the Y button was on this side And then
But the analogs are
Sorry,
staying in the. Oh look,
is
there's
that
no
what
even
it's
analogs on that.
for?
That's just a picture. But this is the actual pattern.
What's the actual
picture.
pattern then? So,
That one.
so it does have physical D-pad on it and some buttons then, but it's the rest of it's a touchscreen.
No, I think that's a movable. I think you can move that
It's a
D-pad.
movable D-pad.
I think all of that is. Oh, it must be a physical because then all the little like grey with the dots must be
where the
touchscreen
touchscreen
or
is.
something that you can then move all their stuff around. I don't know. You can't beat. Yeah, you can't. You gotta have tactical buttons. What happens if you sneeze? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, probably still get stick drift. But yeah, look, what the hell?
I mean, I'm not going to speak too soon because I don't know enough about this to like judge it yet. But my initial reaction is to say he was Cage Thunder here. Like, no, I do not want that. That is not something that looks good to me. But I have been pleasantly surprised in the past. So I've seen some of that, but like, oh, that looks awful. And then it actually turns out to be great. So I will remain open-minded about it and see what it is when it actually comes out. But yeah, initial concept of it is like, who's asked for this? Who's this for?
So let me just
wanted that.
Let me just read you what's on this article.
Yeah.
So Sony has obtained. Sony has obtained it. What's that?
Sorry, as I say, like Tox point out, like the screens on phone emulators, right? If you play a game on a phone and you're using the touchscreen on your phone, it's not great. Like some of them work okay, but I'd much rather have buttons. You know, and get one of those controllers which you clip your phone in and you play a phone game using the buttons. Yeah, I don't get this. Sorry, go on.
No, yeah, I'm just putting a poll in the chat quick.
Yes.
So yeah, so Sony has obtained a US patent for a special controller with touchscreen that lets players choose where the button should go. The patent was filed back in February 2023, but was issued last week. And it's described as, in brackets, designs and methods for a game controller. According to the patent's description, the accompanying images are a controller that would have a large touchscreen covering most of its top surface where the buttons would usually go. The idea is that players would then be able to customize where the D-pad, sticks, or action buttons should be positioned on the controller to best suit their personal taste.
But we know where they should be positioned
or best suits their specific game. It appears that players can also choose to resize the buttons or even remove some buttons altogether for certain games. In theory, this could mean if a player was playing a simple platform game, they could replace the buttons with a simple large jump button, or if they were playing a game that would require a D-pad or a left stick, they could choose to remove one that would make the other larger. And often controllers are similar to control interface of having a directional pad on one side and then the controller buttons on the other. The pattern described reads, one of the drawbacks of existing designs may be fixed configuration. By the way of example, a fixed layout may be too small or too large for a user. So basically this can just be fixed. As a result, controllers may include button configurations for hand sizes that not accommodate all players. So yeah, what do you think of that, Tim?
Right. Initially, the thoughts are things like, well, it says, oh, we're going to put the buttons where you want them. It's like, we all want them in the same place because that's the place we're used to them being. I don't want to move stuff around. Yeah. However, one thought has just occurred to me there. You said you can make buttons bigger, you can move it around. This could make it accessible for people with like a disability.
100%.
I think actually, as like that would be really cool for someone who can't comfortably hold like a traditional controller. If you can move the buttons around and then they can perhaps play with like one-handed or something, then that's great. So because I think there's that charity and special effects that make like custom controllers so that people can play games that can't normally play them. I think playing games is a great fun thing to get to do, and everyone should get a chance to do it. So if that controller helps somebody with a disability play a game properly, then if that's that for, then I'm all aboard. That sounds brilliant. My initial thoughts was, if it's for normal, gamers replacing the main controller, it's like, no, this should be an optional extra, not the standard controller that you're selling with the consoles. Like say, stick to the PS5 style design. That's great. That's what I think, people are going to want. But yeah, when you start talking about moving the buttons around, it did occur to me, it's like, oh, what if somebody struggled with a controller,
can't actually reach it,
and this makes it more accessible? So no, it is good for that reason, definitely.
But it doesn't actually say. So for all we know, this is the new PS6 controller. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? We don't know. There's nothing on there. So yes, if it was an accessibility controller, crack on. But I just don't feel, still not having actual buttons to be able to press or feel. How do you know if the inputs are even going to work? So it could be a great concept. It'd be interesting to see how it would work, if it would work. 2023, that was still 3 years ago now. So do you know what I mean? 3 years ago, and they haven't done anything with it. I know companies file these sort of patterns all the time, but yeah, if it looked kind of like this, and then you moved your buttons around, I don't know, but yeah, I think we're gonna have to leave that one as it is.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they actually do
space.
with it. But it is a bit of an odd thing to invest in. If it is just for their standard controller for the next gen console, I don't know why they would design it like that. Because again, PlayStation have always kind of set a bit of a standard for that. I think they do have the best controllers across all the different consoles. And like I say, Pinnacle's been PS5. That's a really comfortable controller to play with.
Yeah, I'm just having a quick look in the chat. Typing quite well on the DS touch screens. So I'll just end up.
Yeah, that's what I do at least. Yeah.
So would I. I'll just put it the same. What was the 90s controller that only used hand movements? Oh, I can't remember what that one was, but I know what you mean. That one was weird, wasn't it? So yeah,
right. Movements? Do you mean like not like a?
Yeah, it was like the sensor was down. You had to like move your hands over it. I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, but obviously it didn't work. I had that humongous crappy one for an N64 that was like a shark thing, but then it had like a little like round steering wheel bit in the middle, which apparently would make you better at turning. It was horrendous, but that was another random one that came out in the 90s. So, right, going on to our last topic of the evening. As usual, I love to talk about all this kind of stuff, and it is Steam. So Valve has confirmed that Steam Machine price and release details have been delayed because of the exploding component prices. The prices have gone up so much on everything, like RAM's getting ridiculous price. So it was supposed to be coming out in Q1, and we're supposed to have known about it, but we don't know. We still don't know anything else about the Steam frame, the Steam Machine, or anything like that. So they have come out and confirmed that it's actually been. I'll just read you what the article says here. Valve has confirmed the rapid increase of price of PC components has delayed its announcement of the Steam Machine, the Steam frame, and pricing and release dates. In a blog published on Wednesday, Valve said it is planned to release its console like PC and VR headset for the first half of this year, but it would need more time to land that concrete pricing and launch dates that we can confidently announce. It said, when we announced these products in November, we planned on being able to share specific pricing launch dates by now, the post reads, but the memory and storage shortages you've likely heard about across the industry have rapidly increased in price since then. The limited availability and growing prices of these critical components mean we have to revisit our exact shipping schedule and pricing, especially around the machine and the frame. Our goal of shipping these 3 products in the first half of the year has not changed, but we have a lot of work to do to land on a concrete price and launch dates that we can confidently announce. Being mindful of how quickly the circumstances around both these things can change, we'll have to keep you updated as much as we can as we finalize those plans ASAP. So, yeah, and that is one main thing for me. They have to get this pricing right. When we're hearing like crazy prices of upwards of $900, I think that's way too much. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, because to me, it's pretty much the same performance as a PS5. So you'd expect it around that PS5 price.
I suppose at this point, it depends what you've already got. I think, if you've already got some consoles and things, and you've already got a gaming PC, or you've already got a Steam Deck, like what are you actually getting out of it? If you don't have other systems and you're a bit lacking in the console market and you wanted to get something, then it could be a great option. But if what you're actually getting is just like the convenience of playing certain games in a certain way, but you're not getting access to more games, like if I wanted to get a Steam machine or like a Switch 2, if I get a Switch 2, I'm going to get access to get all the Switch games, get Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza and all the stuff coming from that. Whereas if I get a Steam machine, I'm just going to access my existing Steam library, which I can already do because I can play it on the Steam Deck and I can dock my Steam Deck. but it's going to be in a higher quality, and I can have it permanently set up. Would I like to have one? Absolutely, but I don't know how much money I'm willing to drop on it. So there's going to be a tipping point of how much I want to spend on it. And I think that's probably going to be the case for most people. It's going to be about the price point.
Yeah, I'd like Toxo's put here, it can't all be tariffs. I think tariffs have something to do with it, but I think it's mainly to do with RAM prices. RAM has gone crazy through, is it data mining? Like people have been loading up all these PCs for data mining and buying up all the RAM that's available. So yeah, so RAM is a really hard thing to get hold of at the minute. So I think it's all like doubled and tripled in price, RAM has. So yeah, that's mainly why. And obviously they want to, like, it's not going to help them, is it? If they go, yeah, we're going to sell you this for $700, and then Trump bangs a 50% or 100% tariff on something, kind of like the problems Nintendo had trying to bring out their stuff. So yeah, so like Peter's put here, you can just play Steam on a PC. So I think this is main. Yeah, I think for me, it's like, yes, I'd love to have one. I don't think I'd bother getting one because the stuff I'm playing on Valve on my PC at the minute is all like my indies and stuff. So I'd just going to get another dock and just put that in the lounge. That's what I'm going to do. And then I can just dock that and play whatever I want as and when I want and just play it on my Steam like I do. It's the VR that I like the look of. It's because you get because if you can get access to them cheap VR games, we're not talking 400 and 300 like you get on a VR2.
VR2.
We're talking
Humble Bundle sometimes do a nice little
and
VR
it's dirt cheap
drop.
And I like the look of the controller as well. I do like the look of the controller. It looks like they've just sliced the Steam Deck in half, taken the screen out and stuck it together, don't they? And you've got the controller, because the actual Steam controller and the analogs are really nice and work really well. And I do like the look of that controller. And you know that developers and indie developers and all that will be developing their stuff because they develop it now for the Steam Deck as is. They're going to develop them to work well on the controller. So yeah, Nintendo U-Force planners. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be I really, really want it to do well. I just want another competitor because I think Microsoft's going to fall off. So it'd be interesting if Steam could come in. Like I said, you can pick up like all kinds of stuff on Steam for absolute peanuts. I said anyone who's like, if I want to play a game, I think there's an article saying that their latest one is running Steam. The latest Steam stuff is running 4K 60, like all the latest games. But yeah, if I want to do that, I'll just play my PS5. Do you know what I mean? So if your stuff's running that, like, yes, it's like, but so does a PlayStation 5. So you need to come in at that sort of price point, because if you don't, people will just buy a PS5. They're not gonna. Why would they come to you? Do you know what I mean? Like, and if you've got a PC, you just like I have, you just play it on that. So yeah, so interesting stuff you can't get on there is that controller and the VR headset. I was really hoping to know the price because I want to do another Steam Deck pod as well at some point.
Yeah,
give away, because I love giving away games on the Steam Deck, because you can pick them up for dirt cheap, and there's nothing better than giving away free games to people. So yeah, that is what I want to do. Right. Anything else from you, Tim, before I start to wrap up?
No, I think you mentioned we should do another Steam Deck pod soon, perhaps when Ollie's got some more trousers. We'll organise that, and then we'll also organise a game club. So we'll get some extra streams coming out soon, and we can talk all about Expedition 33. So keep an eye on the Facebook group for the next poll for the next game club game. If we're going to wrap this one up soon, so yeah, we'll get some votes in and announce the game that wins on the next game club stream. Yeah,
brilliant. Right, so before we go, I'm just going to announce the members only stuff. So. Oh, we're going to stream it. We're going to quickly record a members only after this. And the question is coming from guy in the chat at the minute. Peter Edwin, what is the best and worst console add-on, official or unofficial? So we will be talking about that in a minute. I'll record that and get that out just for you channel members. So yeah, I'll do the quick round off, bit of housekeeping at the end. Members only is only £1 a month. It basically all goes towards us getting you guys games, us doing giveaways, us doing all kinds of stuff. The push for 4K is on. We're about 30 short now. We're so close to getting to 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. I've been doing my boot camps and stuff with YouTube as well, trying to really push and promote our channel as we can. Really good. Oh, if you use that QR code there, that will take you to our Facebook group. If you are listening to this, because I do put this out in audio form as well, and you aren't a member or you don't know where to find us, go straight over onto Facebook, or you can now go to totalvideogamers.co.uk, and that will take you to all kinds of stuff. Read my monthly blog I've been putting up there. The Indie Zone stuff I've been doing. Triangle Face tells me he's going to be putting some stuff on of his game on there as well. But yes, the usual. Don't forget to leave us a comment if you have been here. What can a comment be if you've made it to the end of the stream, Tim? What can a comment be?
What was it?
I've got
Steam,
one.
So,
I've got one. Then. It's Nick Craddock's birthday today, so put in there happy birthday, Nick Craddock, in the comments if you've made it this far. So yeah, we're back next week with the Total Evercade podcast, back again next Tuesday. Hopefully Ollie's here. He has promised everyone, so he's promised all of you guys he'll be back for that. So hold him accountable for that. And that is it. That is a Total Modcons podcast, February edition. We'll be back in March, my birthday month. Get in. And we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.